Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
I'm offering my humble prayers to my Guru and the Lord Radha Krishna. So we can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Krishna.
So, Radha Charan Ji, Prabhu, you are on screen now.
Right.
So, Radha Charan Ji is basically from Nagpur. He will explain us the story of Dwarka, which is in Gujarat. Prayerfully welcoming Radha Charan Ji on screen. Prabhu, we can start now.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. There are direct trains to Dwarka. If you want to go to Dwarka, there are direct trains to Dwarka. However, if there is no direct train from our house to Dwarka, then we can go to Ahmedabad, Rajkot, Jamnagar, or Porbandar. From Ahmedabad, Dwarka is 8 to 10 hours of bus journey. There is no airport at Dwarka. Nearest airports are Jamnagar, which is 46 kilometers, or Porbandar, which is 100 kilometers. One needs minimum 2 days to visit Dwarka. First day, one can visit Dwarkadish Temple. Second day, one can visit Bhet Dwarka. So if we want to go to Dwarka, we should take at least 2 days time. First, we shall see about Dwarkadish Temple and its surroundings. When we reach Dwarkadish, first of all, we should go to a place called Gomati Ghat. There are 9 ghats in this Gomati Ghat. This is exactly behind Dwarkadish Temple. Here, Gomati River meets the ocean. So it is also called as Sangam Ghat. It is advisable to take a snan here before we go to the Dwarkadish Temple. There are many small temples on this Gomati Ghat, like Govardhan Temple, Mahaprabhu Ki Bhaitak, Vasudev Temple, Hanumanji Temple, Narayanji Temple. Well, these are all small temples on the Vedic Ghat. So after we have taken bath and put on fresh clothes, now we can move on to Dwarkadish Temple. Here, mobiles and cameras and car keys, etc. are not allowed. But we are offered lockers. So we can put our articles in the locker and take a token. And now we can enter the Dwarkadish temple.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
Anandalji will show the pictures now of Dwarka. Can you please pause for a minute?
Okay, we'll wait.
Ji, we can continue.
Okay. So after Jarasandha attacked Mathura, Lord Krishna shifted his capital from Mathura to Dwarka. After Lord Krishna finished his pastimes in this world and left for the spiritual world, his grandson of Lord Krishna, named Vajranabha, built this Dwarkadish temple exactly at that point where the palace of Lord Krishna used to be there. Adi Shankaracharya established 4 dhams: Badrinath in the north, Rameshwaram in the south, Dwarka in the west of India, and Jagannath Puri in the east of India. Dwarkadish temple is a 5-story temple. It has 2 entrances named Swargadwar in the south and Mokshadwar in the north. We enter the Dwarkadish temple from the south side, means the Swargadwar. The great devotee Meera has merged in this deity of Dwarkadish. Only during Mangal Aarti at 6 a.m., there the Mangal Aarti is at 6 a.m., is Krishna's chest open. Other times, it is closed due to his dress. At this time, we can see a cloth on his chest, which indicates that Meera has merged in this deity. And while merging, her dupatta remained on the chest. After many years, some miscreants attacked the Dwarkadish temple. At that time, the deity was immersed in a kund called Savitri Kund for protection. Lord Krishna appeared in a dream of a Brahmana and told him to remove the deity after a specific time. The Brahmana became very curious to see the deity of Dwarkadish, so he removed the deity from the Savitri Kund before the specified time. The whole of the deity was formed, but the eyes were incomplete. Flags on top of this temple are changed 5 times a day. Every Hindu temple has a flag on top and a chakra and a kalash also. On the flags of this temple, there is a depiction of Chandra and Surya, denoting that as long as Chandra and Surya exist, this temple will also exist. After having wonderful darshan of Dwarkadish, we come out of the temple and head towards Sudama Setu, the bridge which was shown in the photo. This is a suspension bridge, just like Ram Jhula or Lakshman Jhula at Rishikesh. However, Ram Jhula and Lakshman Jhula are free, but here in Sudama Setu, there is a ticket. Rupees 10 per adult and Rupees 5 per child. After crossing the Sudama Setu, we will find Pancha Nanda Tirth. There are 5 kundas in this Panchananda Tirth, denoting the 5 Pandavas and named after also the 5 Pandavas. As you all know, Dwarka is near the sea, but the water in that kund tastes sweet, not salty. It is a custom that those who visit this place taste the water from each of these kunds. However, the taste of water in each kund is different, though they are nearby. After this, when we walk a little distance, we'll find Lakshmi Narayan Temple. Then there is also a very ancient tree, more than 5,000 years old. This is the tree under which Durvasa Muni used to perform tapasya. So this is about day 1. We have completed the Dwarkadish Temple. Second half is about Dwarka. From the Dwarkadish Temple, there are private buses taking us to the different spots of Dwarka. There are buses at 2 times, morning and afternoon. It is better to take a morning bus so that we can see more places. Just in case some pilgrims missed the morning bus and came by afternoon, there is also afternoon bus. The charges are 80 to 100 rupees per person. However, the bus doesn't stop much time at each place. So there is another option. The other option is auto. In an auto, many people can sit and go together. Each auto costs 700 to 800 rupees. So let us begin our travel to Dwarka. The first place we reach is called as Gopi Talao. It is believed that Lord Krishna performed Ras Leela at this place with the gopis. That is why the name Gopi Talao. A snan here is obviously very purifying. Yesterday, we took a bath in Gomati Ghat when we visited the Dwarkadish Temple. Today in Dwarka, we can take a snan in the Gopi Talao. After we get ready and wear back our clothes, we can sit back in the bus or the auto and go to the next place. The next place to visit is called the Rukmini Mandir. There is a history for this Rukmini Mandir. Once Lord Krishna and Rukmini went to meet sage Durvasa. When we were talking about the Dwarkadish Temple, I told you that there is a Lakshmi Narayan temple. After we crossed the Sudama Setu, and after the Lakshmi Narayan temple, there is a 5,000 years old tree under which Durvasa Muni performed tapasya. So Lord Krishna and Rukmini went to Durvasa Muni, and because Rukmini had an urge to feed the saint Durvasa Muni, they invited him to their palace. Durvasa Muni agreed to come to the palace, but under one condition. The condition was that the rath in which Durvasa Muni will sit to visit the palace should not be pulled by elephants or horses or bullocks, but it should be pulled by Lord Krishna and Rukmini. Lord Krishna and Rukmini agreed to the condition, and they began pulling the cart towards their palace. Now, Rukmini is a Mahalakshmi and a very delicate woman. So she became extremely tired and also very thirsty. Lord Krishna, when he saw Rukmini, came to know that Rukmini is very thirsty. So, out of compassion, he pushed his toe of the feet into the ground. And from the ground came out Gangajal. As Rukmini was very thirsty, she immediately drank the water. Durvasa Muni is a ansh or partial expansion of Lord Shiva. One of the name of Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. Ashutosh means he becomes happy very fast, and he also becomes angry very fast. So Durvasa Muni became angry now. The reason was, he said, why did Rukmini drink the water before offering to the sadhu, saint? I am here, saint. You are pulling my cart, and I'm also thirsty. You did not offer water to me. You drank first yourself. So I curse you. That the temple of Rukmini will be separate and temple of Dwarkadish Krishna will be separate. That's how the Rukmini temple came there. The deity of Rukmini is very beautiful. There is a custom here that the love letter that Rukmini wrote to Lord Krishna when she was unmarried and in Vidarbha. This love letter she sent through a Brahmana to Dwarka. In that love letter, 7 verses Sanskrit, which is available in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. Srimati Rukmini had mentioned her plight that when she heard about Lord Krishna from the sage Narada, she never saw Krishna in that lifetime. Although Rukmini is Mahalakshmi and she's always the wife of Lord Krishna. But in this particular Leela of Krishna, she never saw Krishna. She was unmarried. But by listening about the glories of Lord Krishna from Narada, she lost her heart to Krishna. She loved Krishna. That's what she wrote in the love letter. She also requested in the love letter to Krishna to come and kidnap her. Because so she requested her father to get her married to Lord Krishna. Her father and brother Rukmi wanted her to get married to Shishupal, who is a demon. So she also wrote to pick her up from the Ambika temple, to kidnap her from the Ambika temple, because she wrote in the letter that it is a custom in their area of Vidarbha that an unmarried girl before the marriage visits the Kuldevata. At that particular time, when the girl visits the temple, the security is least. All of that time, for an unmarried girl with lot of dangers around of kidnapping, the security would be very tight. So it's a wonderful love letter, first love letter in the world, in which she expresses her love. She requests Krishna to come and kidnap her. She mentions the proper time when she should be kidnapped, that is when she's praying in the Ambika temple, Durga temple, and the place where the security is minimum, that is the same temple. So this is a really wonderful love. So what happens in this Rukmini temple in Bet Dwarka is, the custom is every day these 7 verses in Sanskrit are read out by the Pujari Brahman to the deity. In this temple, two festivals are prominent. One is Janmashtami, and the other is Rukmini Krishna Vivah. The tithi comes, Dwadasi. That day is also celebrated very grandly in this temple. So today we are visiting the Bet Dwarka. We have first gone to Gopi Talav. Next, we have visited the Rukmini temple. Now we are proceeding to the next place. We'll again sit back in the bus or auto and go to the next place to visit in Bet Dwarka. One thing this is not Bet Dwarka, this is the visit to the Bet Dwarka. First Gopi Talav, then Rukmini Mandir. Third is Nageshwar Jyotirling. Adi Shankaracharya, who is also again an expansion of Lord Shiva, is not ordinary person. Today the Shankaracharyas are different, but the Adi Shankaracharya is an ansh of the Lord Shiva himself. This Adi Shankaracharya declared 4 dhams as Char Dham, one of which is Dwarka. Also, he selected 12 Jyotirlings, 12 Lord Shiva temples, and named them as Jyotirlings, means special temples of Lord Shiva, which should be visited by all religious Hindus, at least once in their lifetime. Now, again, there is a history for this Nageshwar Jyotirling. There was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. His name was Supriya Brahman. The Supriya Brahman was renowned for his worship of Lord Krishna or Lord Shiva. During that time, there was a demon, Rakshas, named Daruk. This Rakshas did not like Supriya Brahman worshipping Lord Shiva. He became very jealous. So he ordered that Supriya Brahman should be put in the prison. So Supriya Brahman was put in the prison. But Supriya Brahman was a devotee of Lord Shiva, and so even in the prison, he was worshipping Lord Shiva by chanting his glories and taking his name, holy name. This irritated the demon Daruk even more. So the demon Daruk ordered that Supriya must be killed. He doesn't want Supriya anymore. Brahman should be killed. The message went around, and somebody told the Supriya Brahman who was in the prison that the demon Daruk ordered that you should be killed. Supriya Brahman was surrendered to Lord Shiva. So he was least bothered by this news. He continued his worship of Lord Shiva more intensely. Lord Shiva became very happy with this Supriya Brahman, and he appeared as a linga right in the prison cell. Also, Lord Shiva gave Supriya Brahman the Pasupati Astra, a weapon named Pasupati Astra, and asked the Supriya Brahman to kill the Daruk demon. When he'll come to kill him, you rather yourself you kill the Daruk demon with this weapon. Also, Lord Shiva ordered that that particular Jyotirling, that particular linga, should be called Nageshwar, Nageshwar Ling. Nageshwar Ling. Now, when the demon Daruk came to kill the Supriya Brahman, Supriya Brahman took the Pasupati Astra and killed the Daruka demon. And the Nageshwara Linga was established there. Adi Shankaracharya selected this temple as one of the Jyotirlinga. So this Nageshwara temple came to be known as Nageshwara Jyotirlinga. So we were going by a bus or the auto, and we had visited the Gopi Talao. Then we visited the Rukmini Mandir. Then we visited the Nageshwar temple today. And yesterday, what did we visit? First of all, we went to the Gomati Ghat, where there were 9 ghats. We took a bath in the ghat like every pilgrim, put on fresh clothes, submitted our mobiles and car keys, and took the locker token and entered the Dwarkadish Temple through the Swargmarg, came out of the temple, went to the Sudama Setu and saw the Lakshmi Narayana temple and the great tree under which Durvasa Muni performed his sacrifice. So on day 2, we are supposed to see the Bhet Dwarka. So we took a bus, and on our way, we saw Gopi Talab, Rukmini Mandir, and also a Jyotirling called Nageshwar Jyotirling. Now we have to go to Bhet Dwarka. But Bhet Dwarka is an island in the ocean. Means a land surrounded on all sides by water, ocean water. So naturally, we can go there only by a boat. The distance is 5 kilometers. So there are many boats available there to go also, come also. The charges are rupees 10 per person. So we take a boat and reach the Bhet Dwarka. Here also, strictly, mobiles and cameras and car keys are not allowed. But they provide lockers to everybody, free of charge. All we have to do is submit our articles in the locker, and take the token and proceed to visit the Bhet Dwarka. Now, what is this Bhet Dwarka? It is nothing but the palace of Rukmini Devi, once upon a time. Now it is the Bhet Dwarka Temple. But during the Dwapara Yuga, when Krishna was present, this is the place where Rukmini's palace used to stand. As we all know, Lord Krishna had a friend named Sudama. By today's standards, today, everybody is giving a Bhagavata Katha. They're doing Bhagavad Katha. In Vrindavan, almost in every street, you can find some or the other teacher teaching others how to do a Bhagavad Katha. I'm sorry to say, but nowadays, Bhagavad Katha has become a professional activity with less of devotion and more of commercialism. It is done sometimes to feed the family. Suppose the Kathakar is a lady, her mama will take care of music like that. So why I am telling this is, compared to all the Bhagavad Kathakars available today in India, Sudama was much better Kathakar. He could tell the story of Lord Krishna much better than anyone today in India. But he was against the philosophy of making it commercial. That is why he used to do it free of charge. Now, it was the duty of the public at that time to give him a lot of donation. But somehow, by the arrangement of Lord Krishna, nobody bothered to give him any donation. But he would tell the Bhagavad Katha with the same fervor every day. He had a wife, her name was Sushila. She was very good at character. Because she was very good at character, she did not leave her husband, who was very, very poor person, not earning anything. So very qualified, knows the Bhagavad Katha, but not bringing any money to the house. But she never abandoned him. They had a lot of children. She knew that the friend of Lord Krishna was Sudama, or the friend of Sudama was Lord Krishna. Both were classmates in the Gurukul, in their childhood. So she suggested to Sudama, see, I support your views that you should not beg or sell the Bhagavad. You should not sell the Bhagavad. That's okay. But we need some money to survive, don't we? And your friend is God himself. You're not an ordinary person. Why don't you ask Lord Krishna for some money? Sudama said, no. It's very bad to go after so many years and meet a friend, old friend from the school days, and tell him that even today I am still poor. Please give me some money. He said, I simply cannot do such work. And his wife, who was equally intelligent like Sudama, and knew the depth of the devotion of Sudama put out another point. She said it is okay about the money, forget about the money, but don't you want to visit God? Every day you're doing Bhagavad Gita and telling everybody that the goal of human life is to awaken the dormant love of God, the dormant love for Krishna in our hearts. That is the aim of human life. And you are telling in your Bhagavad Gita that by listening to the Leelas or glories of Lord Krishna, one can develop the dormant love of God. You also said in your Katha that by chanting the names of Lord Krishna or by doing loudly the kirtan of Lord Krishna, you can develop a dormant love in your heart for Lord Krishna. So his wife Sushila asked Sudama, after doing so much of Bhagavad Gita, don't you want to have darshan of your God? Sudama liked this point. He said, yeah, forget about the money part, but Lord Krishna's darshan I always wanted. I live only for that. My whole life is Lord Krishna. So he set out to Dwarka. He did not have any slippers. His face was very lean. His small garment, he didn't even have a dhoti. He had a small towel-like cloth. No shirt, no banyan, nothing. Only a janevu. And the towel type of cloth was torn in 4 parts. I mean, there were 4 different pieces of cloth which were sewn together. One can easily make out, you see, the same cloth means same from same cloth. But different colors, different cloth pieces sewn together as a small towel. So you can just imagine the poverty of Sudama. Extremely poor, not able to afford even a small towel. Now, as he was about to go to Dwarka, his wife told that when we go to meet a friend, one should not go empty-handed. See, if you go to a birthday party or a marriage, we take some gift. The devotees take a Bhagavad Gita. Other people take some other gift, whatever they can afford. Now, what can Sudama afford? He was a Brahmana who used to live by making alms. So his wife went to 4 different houses and begged for some puff rice, poha. So a little poha was also not of the same company. It was 4 different types of poha, begged from 4 different places. You can see when you see the poha, all poha is not similar. They are from different places. Not even a handful of poha they could get from the same house. So that was the poverty, level of poverty. So that poha, he tied on to that cloth which he was wearing. And he set out to Dwarka, not by bus or flight or train, but by foot. That too without chappal. It took him many months to even reach Dwarka. When he reached Dwarka, he was amazed to see around 16,108 palaces, all made of gold and decorations of diamond, emerald. There were security people there. So when he met the watchman, he was surprised to see that the watchmen were giving him a lot of respect. So his legs were torn. The veins came out of his forehead because he was so lean and thin. He was not well dressed because he was wearing a very old, shabby cloth. But the gods gave him a lot of respect because they were the gods of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna taught the gods that he doesn't care for any rich person. Lord Krishna does not like any rakshas. The first preference given by Lord Krishna is to sadhus and brahmanas. So how to recognize the sadhu or the brahmana? See, they will have the janu, they will have a Vaishnava tilak, they will have a kantimala, they will be humble. Their hands will be in the chanting bead bag. They will always be chanting the names of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So after giving Sudama a lot of respect, they asked him, "Sir, what is your name?" so that we can inform Lord Krishna that you have come. He says, "My introduction is, my name is Sudama. I was the classmate of Lord Krishna, your king, when I was in my school. So in the Gurukul of Sandipani Muni at Ujjain, we studied together for 64 days. Because they were very intelligent students. They don't need to study for a long time. In 64 days, Lord Krishna learned 64 kalas. I mean, he is God. There is no need of any guru. But to set an example so that other people also can make a guru, Lord Krishna also made a guru, just to show the world that one should make a guru to progress in life, especially in spiritual life. So, the gods went and informed Lord Krishna. At that time, Lord Krishna was at the dining table having his breakfast. Rukmini ji was serving him and also many other servants. So while taking the food, it is a custom in India not to wear shoes or slippers, though sitting on a chair. The moment the god informed Lord Krishna that someone came to meet him and his name was Sudama. Just by listening this name, Lord Krishna immediately rushed. His cloth on top, he took the cloth that fell down. He didn't wear his slippers. He started running. Now Rukmini started scratching her head. Who is this VIP? My husband doesn't care for the King of Heaven. My husband does not care a bit for Lord Brahma. Now, who is this person who has come? She doesn't know who is this person. So she says, who is that person for whom Lord Krishna rushed like this? Lord Krishna meets the Sudama, catches his hand, and brings him to the palace of Rukmini. He makes Sudama sit on the throne, on his own throne. And Lord Krishna sits at the feet of Sudama Brahmana. He orders Rukmini to arrange for washing the feet of the Brahmana. So they wash the feet of the Brahmana. Then they dry it with a towel. Then they apply kumkum on the feet and then on the forehead. And they put akshat on the feet and on the forehead. Now this water, Sudama's feet are very dirty because he has no slippers, walked for last 6 months, took bath in the morning, but his feet are extremely very bad state. Lord Krishna drank a little of this water which washed the feet of Sudama. He asked Rukmini to also drink it and also to make all the other queens to drink it and all the sons to also drink it and sprinkle on themselves. And then Lord Krishna arranged for and then Lord Krishna arranged for Arati of Sudama. In the Arati, Lord Krishna invited all the 16,108 wives to stand in the line and worship the Brahmana. Then Lord Krishna asked Sudama, so how are you? What is your profession? Sudama said, my profession is to glorify you. Being a Brahmana, I glorify Lord Vishnu and sing out his glories and tell his kathas to the public. So Lord Krishna said, okay, so have you married? Sudama says, yes, I have married. What is the name of your wife? Says, my wife's name is Sushila. Then Sudama asked Krishna, have you married? Krishna says, yes. What is the name of your wife? He says to Rukmini, come here. Says, this is Rukmini. You touch the feet of Sudama, she touches. He asks Sudama, please bless her. Sudama says, okay, I'll bless her. He blesses her. He puts his hand on the head of Rukmini and blesses her. Says, very nice wife. He says, no, there are more. Okay, next. He calls Satyabhama, come here. He touches the feet of Sudama. Please bless her. He blesses. Then he says, again, more wives. Okay, Jambavanti, come here. Please touch the feet. Bless. So Sudama is a very lean person. He didn't have money, travel a lot, very tired. Said, Lord Krishna, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 8, how many? Said, no, all this audience is my wife. 16,100 white wife. He said, see, I'm a poor Brahmana. I don't have much strength. Ask them all to bow to me at the same time. I shall raise my hands and bless them all together. I cannot bless everybody. 16,108 times if I bless, I will die because I'm a very weak person. So Sudama blessed everybody together. Then Lord Krishna said, what did you bring for me from your house? Did your wife send anything to me? Now he was very shy. Sudama was very shy because he suddenly remembered and he saw the grandeur of Lord Krishna, how much money he had. And he remembered his poha, which is very, very bad position. So immediately hid what he brought. So, because he didn't want to embarrass himself. Lord Krishna said, what are you hiding? Remove that. He didn't remove, but Krishna forcibly snatched it. And when he removed, he saw there is a poha begged from 4 different houses. Krishna had left his breakfast, but now he took one poha and ate it. Then he again took another poha and he was eating it. Then he took the third poha and was about to eat it. Rukmini said, Bas, Swami, bas. आपको इसके ऊपर कृपा करना था. He wanted to bless him. See, if you eat one poha, all these problems are solved. Don't eat more poha, enough. Because the wife cares very much for husband. This poha is very poor quality. And Krishna never ate such poor quality poha. So his wife asked, enough, don't eat. Let's pack it and eat it. So then Sudama was taken to a bed and asked to rest. As he lied down, Krishna took his feet in his lap and he started massaging them. Sudama was very embarrassed. In the Bhagavad Gita, he's saying we should touch the feet of the Lord, we should worship the Lord, and here it is opposite way. The Lord has worshipped him, worshipped the Brahmana, gave the arti to the Brahmana, and is also massaging the feet. So Sudama became very embarrassed. So next day he said, Lord Krishna, I would like to go back to my village. Lord Krishna said, see, we are classmates. We have met after a very long time. It is my request to you, humble request to you, please stay for some more days. So like this, Sudama stayed for many days. And after that, one fine day, Sudama returned to his village, but he didn't ask for even one single paisa. See, his friend is so rich and is giving him so much respect that he's worshipping him, is making all his wives to bow to him. But Sudama didn't dare to ask even 1 rupee, 1 paisa. Empty-handed, Sudama returned to his village. But when he returned to his village, Sudama did not find his hut. He thought maybe we did not pay taxes or some problem, or electricity bill or something. So government must have removed my house. They asked, whose house is this? They said, this is the house of Sudama Brahman. And he says, that is me only. But then he says, how to, where there was a Sudama Brahman, so where is this house? He says, that is his house. But this is a palace, but it was a hut. So he goes to the house and rings the doorbell. From that side, a very fat lady comes to open the door with a very fat kid. So he thinks that this must not be my house because my wife is as clean as me. So if this wife is coming and if this is her house, so it may not be my house. So he's about to go. That time, Sushila shouts, "Hey Swami, where are you going?" Says, "Sorry, but this voice is of my wife only." This is his wife and says, "My God, you have gone crazy. How did you become so fat?" He says, "Your friend Krishna sent his messengers and ordered to build this huge palace for you. And he gave us a lot of food grains and a lot of money. So we have been eating good. So we became fat." So Rukmini stopped after just 2 poha. With just 2 poha, this much. Same thing applies to sadhus today. If you invite any sadhu to your house, the sadhu or the brahmana represents the Lord Krishna. Our guru is an external manifestation or a transparent wire media between us and God. Is a representative of God. So we should worship our Guru as good as we worship our Lord Krishna. Similarly, if a sadhu comes to your house, we should give that sadhu respect, not because the sadhu body, but because we consider the sadhu to be representative of God. Just like we consider some stone in a temple, which is a deity, as God Himself. We offer it food. We offer it good clothes worth lakhs of rupees. We construct a very big house for Him, which is called temple. And we offer chappan bhog to the Lord. It's okay. When the Brahmana comes or the saint comes to your house, and when the saint eats your food, whatever you're offering, idli, dosa, or chapati, whatever you offer, when he eats it on behalf of Lord Krishna. When the sadhu eats the food and Krishna accepts it due to your devotion, he will reciprocate. Even a good person in this world does not keep the debt of anybody. Why will the Lord Sri Krishna, who is so rich, who has created you, will keep the debt? No. As soon as the sadhu will eat the food, the Krishna will reciprocate. That is the history of Dwarka Temple. So in this Dwarka, you can have darshan. And when you come out of the Dwarka Temple, there are 5 temples here, which are not big. I'll just mention the names, and that will end the lecture for today. The names of the small temples there, outside the Dwarka Temple, are Krishna Temple, Satyabhama Temple, Radhaji Temple, Jambavanti Temple, and another Rukmini Temple. That main Rukmini Temple is that's a big temple, which I told you that 7 slokas are. That is another temple. Here also there is a Rukmini Temple, a small temple. So here, Krishna Temple, Rukmini Temple, Radha Temple, Jambavanti Temple, and Satyabhama Temple. Small temples, which you can see. After which, again, you have to take a boat ride back to where your bus has been parked or the auto has been parked. From there, you go back to the Dwarkadish Temple. That ends both our Dwarkadish and the Dwarka Yatra. That's all from my side today. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
It's a very interesting story. Now my powers are on. The lights are went on. So the story is too good. So I'm planning to visit Dwarka soon. I think it may be in the 7th of June. I may visit Dwarka, and I'm inspired by the story. So I can remember the story there in Dwarka. So with my few friends, a few devotees, we will visit Dwarka soon on the 7th of June. So I'm thanking Vinay for the sign language presentation. I can learn that, but it took too time. So, but the deaf devotees are interested to learn these stories. So I know Radha Charan ji is a very well-known person, very knowledgeable person. So please bless us today. We are seeking your blessings, and thanks to Vinay. So we are closing our session today. So we can have our prayers, Radha Charan ji, we can have our prayers, and we can close our session.
Yeah, thank you very much for translating. Hare Krishna. I'm leaving.